when a person's home is on the market for sometimes 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever, and the house doesn't sell, it's kind of like a failed listing. The seller withdrew their house from the market, they canceled the listing, or the listing expired. And there's multiple reasons. Sometimes the economy, sometimes it was price, sometimes it was condition, sometimes it was the agent. So there's a lot of different reasons that happens. What we do, because we consider that type of owner their home on standby. We recently had a hockey coach for the professional hockey team, and they moved back to Canada. His contract was up, and he was an expired listing. And it happened about a year before. We contacted him and said, we have a specific buyer. Here are their names. He's in pharmaceutical sales. She works for human resources division of a different company, and they want to buy your house. And so we just contacted them, and we met him, the seller, on a Monday. We sold the property on a Tuesday. And this was specifically what we call standby, where the house is not on the market, but the seller would be willing to come back to the dance and sell, but they don't want to put their house on the market and go through all that stuff again. But they would sell their house on standby. And so in many quadrants, a buyer would relocate to this community and not find a match, just like eHarmony. They don't see a match, and they want to keep looking, but they don't really want to rent for a year while they're looking for a property. But they would move if they could find a home. Excuse me, they would buy, but these houses that are on standby, the expired listings, the withdrawn, the canceled, they're just off market. But in many quadrants, there's still buyers there. That they weren't there when you were on the market in the past, but they are there now. So our goal as matchmakers is to say, if your house fits certain criteria for our buyer portfolio, we're not looking to list it to say the commissions are 6, 7, and 8%. Less than half that. And our goal is to say, if we have a match and our buyers don't like the existing portfolio, we have about 7 ways, including expired listings, to say, if you'd consider letting us show our buyer your home, excuse me, then you could move like your goal was. But you can accept that offer contingent upon you finding suitable residents. Our biggest challenge working with people whose houses were on the market a lot of times is they don't know where they're going next. So what we do, if our buyer's a match and we write an offer that price is acceptable to you, what happens is you accept that offer, if you want to do this, contingent upon you finding suitable housing within 3 months or something like that. And if you say, but Brian, we didn't see the inventory before when we were looking, how do we won't see it again? So what we do is, if you haven't found a house just yet, don't just look in the MLS. Don't just look on Zillow, all right? Because we work with buy owners as well as houses in the MLS. We have actually 7 different ways to find inventory. So if your house, you didn't sell it because you didn't know where you were going, that you can actually accept an offer on your property contingent upon you finding suitable housing by blank date. We just did this very thing that we had a couple that was just in the process of getting a divorce, and she had already moved out, and he was still in the property, and so his sale, he was going to get the property and cash settlement. She moved out, but he was going to get the property, and he said, but if I want to sell, I want to downsize. And so he said, I will sell if you can find me something else, but I'm not liking anything in the marketplace. So we found him a property on standby, a house that was not even on the marketplace. And that's what you are. If you're receptive, your house is on standby, and you don't have to list it, you don't have to pay the higher fees. Just have to be receptive to a particular party looking at it. If the price is right and the terms are right, the question is, would you move? And we may have a match for your home. I can't promise we have a match for your home. but we have a healthy sales force and what I call rabbits. There's three kinds of buyers. There's rabbits, turtles, and sloths. If you ever go to the zoo and see a sloth move, they just sit there. Sloths barely ever move. They look at houses, but they don't move. Turtles move slowly. Our portfolio is quite a bit of rabbits. Rabbits have a sense of urgency. They're looking to buy right now, and that's our goal. If we have a match for your home and those contingencies sound favorable to you and the price is agreeable to you, would you move? All right. Thanks for listening.